Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 5th of January 1977, and the title is The Renunciate and Tapaswi Children are always close and those who pass. Today, Baba is celebrating a meeting of the eyes with the children who are merged in his eyes. Bab Dada and the Brahmins are merged in the vision of such children, for this is their entire world. While seeing, they do not see anything else because they constantly remain merged in the Father's love. They are constantly merged in the ocean of the Father's virtues, that is, in the ocean of knowledge, happiness, and bliss. Bab Dada is happy to see such children. No matter how far away they may be physically, such children have a place constantly fixed close to the Father. Do you know what that place is? Anyone who is loved is placed very close, and that place is the eyes or the heart. Are those merged in the heart more elevated, or those who are merged in the eyes more elevated? Which of the two is number one? Is the significance and importance of both the same? That is, those of you who think that if you are merged in the heart, you are also merged in the eyes, raise your hand. Those of you who think that the importance of each is different, that is, those who are merged in the heart are separate from those who are merged in the eyes, raise your hand. While being the same, the importance of each is different. Therefore, both answers are right. How can Bap Dada fail all the renunciate and tapaswi children who have renounced all their innumerable religions, as well as the systems of their bodily religions, and have become engaged in the tapasya of remembering Bap Dada? Therefore, you have all passed. Foreigners always study in short, briefly, because they remain busy. Bap Dada has reminded you of just one word. What is that one word? The one word is pass. You have to pass and remain close. Pass in Hindi. And whatever has already happened, that is the past. The one word has three meanings. This will become a shortcut for you, and you will pass with honor. However, in order to stabilize yourself in these meanings of this word, you constantly need to have the power to accommodate and the power to make others the same as the Father. In order to become the same as the Father, when you go onto the field of service, all types of situations come in front of you. With the power of accommodation, you can accommodate those situations and become a master ocean, and can also make others equal to the Father. To accommodate means that there shouldn't be the slightest trace of any gross feelings of any situation still remaining even in your thoughts. Words that have caused a loss should be transformed into benevolent feelings in such a way that words causing a loss are not even spoken. Such a stage is called the stage of a world benefactor. While seeing anyone's defect, within 1 second, transform that defect into a virtue. Transform the loss into benefit. Transform defamation into praise. Only someone who constantly has such a vision and attitude is called a world benefactor. Not just a world benefactor, but such a soul also becomes a self-benefactor. Such a stage is said to be like that of the fathers. Acha, whether you are foreigners or those stabilized in the awareness of your original home, Bap-Dada always sees everyone as those who belong to the home, not as foreigners. To meet Bap-Dada is the practical fruit of the memorial of love of the children of this home. The heart-to-heart conversation at Amrit Vela of the foreigners, as well as those who belong here, is very entertaining. At that time, they especially have two forms. One are those who meet and converse with Baba as though they have a right. The other are those who meet and converse with Baba with complaints as souls who are desperate for something. Bap-Dada has great pleasure on hearing this. However, Bap-Dada saw one specialty in the majority of souls, and that is that the foreigners and those who belong to the home are not souls who become content with just a little. The majority claim a special right. They do not even want to become Rama or Sita. They wish to become Lakshmi or Narayan. Because you have an elevated aim, Bap-Dada congratulates you. You must constantly remain stable in this aim and maintain the qualifications for this aim. You are in front of Bap-Dada. You are not far away. Those who are seated on the heart throne are always close. Today, all the children who are engaged in thinking have just the one thought of celebrating a meeting. Even while sleeping, you should be in remembrance. Seeing all the foreign children in front of him, Bap-Dada is giving special remembrances. Acha, to those who keep an elevated aim, to those who make a promise to the Father, to those who constantly remain absorbed in the Father and in service, to the loving and cooperative souls who come last and go fast, to those who bring the Father into the corporeal form also, to the sparkling stars of the previous kalpa, Bap-Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Blessing. May you be an embodiment of tapasya who burns the sins and impure sanskars with tapasya. Just as the role of godly sustenance is taking place at this time, so too, at the end, there will be the part of burning your sins, impure sanskars of every soul, and the impurity of the elements through the power of tapasya. For this, constantly remain seated on the seat of a constant stage and thereby reveal your tapaswi form. The renunciation of body consciousness and the tapasya of soul consciousness should be visible in all your physical senses. Slogan: use the company of the Father and you will never be disheartened. Question: what is the title given to those who constantly remain in the alokik avyakt stage? Relate the signs of this. Answer: those who have the experience of constantly remaining stable in the avyakt stage have the title of being Allah Lok, the people who belong to Allah, and those who have a loving intellect. Their every thought and every act is spiritual. While living in the corporeal world and engaged in physical work, they constantly remain as detached as a lotus and loving to the Father. Their love is constantly connected with the one beloved. From their lips and their heart, the words that emerge constantly are, I eat with you, I sit with you, I talk to you, I listen to you, I fulfill all relationships with you, and I attain everything from you. Question: which children constantly experience the rays of all virtues from the sun of knowledge? Answer: those who constantly practice remaining in front of Bapdada with the yoga of their intellect. Just as when you are under the sun, you definitely feel its rays, so too, by constantly remaining in front of Baba, the sun of knowledge, you will experience the rays of all virtues from the sun of knowledge. Question: what should be visible in the face of those who constantly experience the Father to be in front of them? Answer: firstly, they have the sparkle of introversion on their face. Secondly, they have the intoxication of complete self-respect of the confluence age and the future. Together with being cheerful, they are also introverted. Question: what awareness should you have so that you can easily become one with the loving intellect? Answer: if you have the awareness that body can be destroyed at any moment, then by having the moment of destruction in your awareness, you would easily become one with the loving intellect. So constantly have the awareness that this is not just the last birth, but the last moments. Question: in order to become a victorious jewel, to what aspect should you pay attention in your effort? Answer: in order to be victorious, make effort and pay attention to being one with the loving intellect. To have a loving intellect means that your mind should not have any wasteful or sinful thoughts against Srimad. There should be no type of love for anyone else. Put yourself in an elevated stage and ask yourself, do I constantly have a loving intellect? Question: what warning does Bapdada give the children in advance? Answer: Bapdada warns you children that while moving along, if you become those with a non-loving intellect instead of a loving intellect, or if you turn away from the Father and commit a sin, then in a subtle way you will experience very severe punishment. Just as when you come in front of the Father, the meeting of 1 second quenches the thirst of so many birds. In the same way, the punishment of turning away for even 1 second will give you the experience of sorrow for many birds. Therefore, in order to protect yourself from subtle punishment, guard yourself from now on. Do not be careless and make any mistakes now. Constantly remain in front of the Father and constantly have a loving intellect. Om Shanti.